Good evening, guys. It's another video for Saturday evening. It is current. It is
nice.
It is apparently right now. It's 20 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm knackered. I'm really under the weather. But I think this will be my last video for
a few moments later.
Maybe one extra day from this upcoming week of filming. So this upcoming week there'll be nothing on Sunday, nothing on Monday, and there'll be nothing on Tuesday this coming week. Because I just need a bit of a break. I need to catch up on a few other things as well. So this will be my last video until Wednesday. So it's just a short break for the moment, but I'm going to have a longer one. Sometimes just before I go away on holiday, which would be quite nice. As you might notice, I have cleaned the track. How perfect is it? Well, to be very honest and saying it's not as effective as saying cleaning. You know, it's not as effective as using like the valve track cleaner, which I usually would use. But to be honest, definitely the valve track cleaner is far more efficient if you want to run your trains on it, and then it makes things a lot easier. You don't have to constantly keep cleaning it once every 5 weeks, because let's face it, at the moment I have to do something like that because I haven't got valve track cleaner solution available at the moment, so I'm doing it this way to match out the track itself. How many trains do I run on this Dreamliner line? Well, as you can see, all the stuff has been cleaned. It's literally in this corner at the moment, which means, of course, I'm working on other projects as well with Dreamliner. And of course, on top of that, I've been cooking and doing stuff for my mum's birthday today because it's her birthday. So I've been occupied doing other things as well. So that's why so many other things have been taking longer because of that. People are going to ask me some stuff before things are going to happen with the 43s and things like that. The 43s are, what do they call it, iconic trains. The British iconic trains, like the Flying Scotsman is really. But yeah, so about 43s are very popular by many people, and they've been loved by many people too. Yeah. Guess what I found? I got some glue guns, sticks, which makes things a little easier tonight because as you might guess, I'm still laying down track and the cork as well. So tonight is going to be project of noise in the background, but there's not much I can do about that at the moment. So you have to bear with me while I'm doing this. But tonight is going to be scenery based, and we might, I do say might, able to get maybe some trains running. We'll see though. I guess I had just made a nice curry for this evening for me and my mum. So yes, the curry was good. It could have done with something though. And yes, I need my comfortable weekend pullover trousers and my top because I have changed out that shirt. It's not very comfortable when you're eating a curry. Homemade scratch curry. Not easiest, but having some experience of cooking homemade stuff gives you a helping hand in the long run. Definitely. Right, what's the next bit to do? My next bit to do for the cork is going to be this side, I think. I'm not going to worry about doing this side so much now. I'm going to work on this side of the layout. So yeah, so that's going to be fun. I've got to move all the track off the board for doing this. Is the track going to work? And before I'm going to start laying any more cork, I'm going to test the track and test the capability of this track first. It doesn't matter what train it is to test the track, it all works and operates well. That's all we need to know. As long as it operates well and it runs well, that's, to me, is what matters the most. The corners need clean, they do. I have got time for that tonight though. It took me about 3 to 4 hours getting all the straights cleaned up and the points and other bits and pieces that I need to get done. Which meant I kind of lost time and energy to do all this. But hey, sometimes when you're building a layout, you gotta take priority. So yeah, you just gotta decide what is the best protocol for using track systems. Is model railway worth pursuing as a dream hobby? Definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the cheapest thing I ever had in my life, but would I ever give it up? No. That's the one of my hobbies I would never ever give up because it means too much to me. I mean, let's face it, without my hobby, and without my love for trains, I don't think I would be the person I am to this day. But on the side of that, there's a lot of other things in my life which, it's not just about the hobby, it's also about, my passion and love for trains. And I know for some people would say, well, why can't you put that into other hobbies that might be a little cheaper? I mean, yeah, some people have good points about that, but in reality, why would I bother? Because my love for trains will never change for me. My controller's on. It's got to connect the track, or the wires to the controller. And I have got my Pendolino next to me, which is not going to be running on my dream route once everything's gone into place. That's not my plan. She ordered me my test unit for tonight to make sure the track is working and operational for, Wednesday when I do my next running video. And yes, a lot of people say, well, you're going to be running trains on Wednesday? Definitely. I'm going to be aiming to do a running session with the trains again on Wednesday. What's my thoughts and opinions on I know some people say, well, you could run the 43s and share the 43. I don't know. But yeah, the track is running, which is a good thing. I know the pendulum is not my best option of choice, probably to test the track out. But, it's just because it's easier than going down or going up, standing up and laying 43 onto the track when I'm still doing some scenery and some updates to the layout to make it efficient as possible for the trains. How often am I going to Dawlish this upcoming summer? Well, I'm definitely going to go down to Dawlish next Friday. So definitely, there will be some filming of the Midland Pond Class 43 coming through. It's starting off in Plymouth, so it's coming down Thursday next week, and it's going to be leaving from Plymouth Friday morning quite early. So I'm going to go and catch it quite early in the morning if I can. I'm going to hopefully catch it from Exeter or Plymouth, depending on what train I get on. But to be honest, I'm looking forward to see the Midland Pond. Yes, it is sad that I couldn't go on it this year because, as I say before, finances were extremely tight at one point, so it meant I couldn't go on the opportunity to go on that train ride I wanted to do this year. But instead, this year it's going to turn out to be a great year for going on holiday in my favourite location, which is even better. Well, it's one of the options I had available. And to be honest, in the same time, long term, it just came a fairly similar to each other, to be honest. But yeah, it's not ideal, but I mean, it's not exactly the end of the world either, because I'll at least have the option next year, because I can have it as treat as my 30th birthday next year, because yeah, next year's when I turn 30. I know, scary thought. I might not look 30, but yeah. So someone who doesn't even look, nearly 30 years old, it's just they're thinking of me turning 30 next year. It's just a scary thought. But in reality, you got to enjoy life to the fullest, don't you? Yeah, I got all the curves still to tend to get them cleaned and operational ready for the proper layout. And during my short break I'm going to have over the next week, there will be some filming on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and there's nothing on Saturday this coming weekend or next weekend. There will be nothing over the weekend. There will be a video on either Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure. There will be a video. I think there might be one video on Monday this coming week. I think. I was going to say I wasn't going to do one on Monday, but because obviously I'm going to take Tuesday and I might take the Wednesday off. I might just do a video on Monday and then do one on Wednesday, and we'll start from there really. And then Thursday will be mainline videos, maybe hopefully to go down to Dawlish on the Friday, really early as well. That's going to be ouchy. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be ouchy. And to be honest, even it's going to be an ouchy time to get up and go and see it, to leave from Plymouth. It's going to be interesting. And it's supposed to get through doors at like 25 past 7 in the morning. And yeah, it's going to be early. And it's only going up to Wales, but it's going to stay up there for like 6.5 hours. And even though I can't physically see it until like something quite late, I think it's like 20 past 8 or something, or 20 past 10 in the evening to see it, to come back. It's quite late, and I don't know financially or me physically it can stay out, but I'd like to see it come back. I'm hoping so. I'm not, it's going to come down several more times as well. It's coming down through June, July, August, September, October, and I think October was the last one it will run this year for that one. There's loads of steam trains coming down. I've checked the light rail track in the last few days. Yes, so when I'm going on holiday for beginning of June, there was going to be a steam locomotive coming down, and there was a diesel class. I think it's the 47s, pair of 47s, and there's going to be a few others along the route. It should be a different day for when I'm on holiday. It'd be nice to wake up nice and early, but I need to go to bed nice and late to do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna. So, Cork is laying here. Oops, what do I press on? Cork is going to be laid here, and as I'm going through this, the track is going to be laid on top of it. Pins are going to start be pinning down in places where I'm already done with, where the track is sitting on top of it, and then on the bottom of it is going to be really tricky because I've got to bring this all the way around, and I've got to curve it into a curve all the way around, and I've got to set this up. I think all this would actually work perfectly well as for the cork, and later there's a lot still to go through. It's thin, it doesn't look much, but to be honest, for what I paid for it for being thin, it's not too bad really. Not for the board anyway. If you were going for something more steam level for the proper layout, your best option is probably not to go with thin cork. If you want something more heavy for like 66 or, and my Dreamliner is going to have one reception to the layout. It's going to be the 66, but for the most part, all of them, except for that odd one, it's going to be the 43s. And to be honest, I mean, people probably will comment on me and saying, things will just comment on me, things that saying, why just specifically 43s? Well, I have my reasons, and the same goes, doesn't it? I mean, each to their own. But how much do you like the 43s? For me, yikes. For me, my love for the 43s have never changed. Because I remember travelling on them quite a lot when I was young, and to be honest, it will never change, doesn't matter what I do in my life. I mean, even they retired the castle sets, I'll guarantee, even then, I still don't change my mind about them. But then, how many times someone could say, Roger Dave did remaster the 43s and, slightly updated engines, retuned systems, and do more energy efficient environment. Would I still like them if they were and all that to the trains? Well, if they did have some upgrades to the train, then that'd be pretty cool. But, however, I don't think it's going to look quite the same what it is at the moment. Because the 43s are diesel hybrid sets. They have the wheel arrangement called Bobos because of the design. And the 43s are well known loved from the whole UK network, from England to Scotland and North Wales and other areas. Everyone knows them very well, and I know for about 98% of people who knows about the car 43, and I mean it's just as famous as the Flying Scotsman or Mallard, or even the City of Truro. All those sets, from steam to diesel sets to the diesel hybrids like the 43, And there'll be a few fans of the Voyagers too. All those sets that we know for so many years. The 43s are now limited to run only to Plymouth to Penzance route, a lot of them now. But it seems to be there's some sections like today we're running from Exeter St David's to Penzance or something. I have to pull my finger on something. How much people say, are you going to do some more work with the railway during your break? Yes, I am. I'm so tired as it is. I mean, I haven't done much all day, but I've been hurting quite a lot today and I've been feeling quite lousy. I have no idea what's going on. And I've just been feeling a bit under the weather recently. I think it's the lack of motivation, and I've just been feeling kind of stressed out by things at the moment, which means I'm finding things more harder than normal. So give me a day break from the entire day of me not filming. Things will go back to normal for videos for a short time for over next week, the following week after, things will go fairly back to normal. And I do say fairly back to normal. I'm not saying it's going to be entirely back to normal by next week, the following week after, but there'll be a bit more videos during the week. There might be a little less over the weekend. There might be a mix around the place during the holiday from, when the Moon Pond comes down. There'll be definitely a video on that when it comes down next Friday. And of course, on top of that, I might see some castles going to Exeter, and they come back through later early next morning, and they go through to Penzance from Exeter, because that's the route they're known to do. Well, the glue gun is boiling at this point, but I can't do anything with it just yet. Let's find where the best line of cutting it is from this point. It's gonna cut here. The downside to the thin cork, it does leave them a little bit of a mess when you're cutting it. There we go. Just bring it away. Yes, as you can see, it's a little messy, but again, it kind of happens when you've got thin cork. And I will be hopefully to lay this part down today and the next part laid down tonight, and then tomorrow during my pajama day and movies and stuff, I might try to squeeze in another section of getting done tomorrow if I got time between movie day. Sunday is my movie day, generally speaking, but will be gameplay time. And only Sunday is my days I tend to treat as a day of watching movies, playing games, reading books, things like that on my week, Sunday off. I know a lot of people like a lot of things, but my Sundays are very particular when it comes to a weekend relaxing day. And I know it's Easter half term now, so everywhere will be open as normal. How's the the cork is going to look once it's put down? Well, once all the cork has been laid, then we've just got to focus on the tiny little bits left, like the final details, like the ballast and the wiring, and then all the other bits. But the ballast will be laid once the track has been pinned into place. Excuse me. So yeah, track is working. The curves need cleaning, but I haven't got time for that. I'm just making sure the track is operational with any trainers on it. Yes, I know that the 43s need a good clean over. I'm gonna get them cleaned hopefully over next week. Get the wheels cleaned up, give them oil, give them a service, and we'll try to get a good running in session with them on Wednesday next week. That's my plan. And hopefully it will go well. Fingers crossed. Yep, my dream out is going to take place. As I say, all this takes time, and I don't always have the free time to get all this done. I guess partially burnt my finger from that. Congratulations. I use this second radius curve just for using it for pushing down onto the cork, because I don't want to get my hands in the way of it during using it. I just run out of glue gun stick stuff, so I need to put another one in. I mean, you guys, how do you guys approach using scenery or laying down cork? I expect everyone's got their different ways to approach using things like this. For me, it's using the glue gun, cut the cork off of its roll, and then lay it down with the glue gun. And then once that's done and everything's complete with the cork, then I can work on getting the track pinned, and then work on getting the ballast in, and then work on bits and pieces, and work my life to the full extent to lay it how I want it, and work with the 7/4 with my mum, or some other chap, which sometimes I do ask for advice for that. But that's minor things. Where did I put the glue gun sticks? Underneath the controller. Right, the next glue gun stick is going in. How many I'm going to get done? I'm hoping to just get this side done, which means that it should be not too difficult. But again, as I say, because I've got this side to be done as well, I've got to put it in at certain sections. And I've got to put it in here as well. And just in this corner. It doesn't matter too much if the glue gun, if you burn your fingers, then be advised at least the glue gun does dry. Basically, it dries off all the excess. You can peel all the excess off your fingers once it's dried off. Try to avoid your fingers not getting too close to it because it does it does sting your hands if you get too close to the heat of it. And I would say just now it's very, very hot when you touch it. If you get your fingers in crossfire with it, then yeah, it will sting. Right. So I will show you the process shortly, how far I've already got on this, but obviously at the moment I need to get it all the way up of the I'm going to move that out of the way so that way it doesn't, yep, and I just like that. And you can tell when the glue gun's set. It's not too difficult to notice when it starts to set because you'll feel the heat from the glue gun taking an effect on the scenery rather quickly. But there's always going to be a little edges around the cork, so don't worry if you do get some minor edges being a little bit topped up by the effect on the heat of the glue gun. Don't worry too much about that because even though it's not the worst thing in the world, there's far worse things than being seen a minor bump in the cork from laying it using this very hot glue gun. And yeah, this is Spain. You know, I only got it maybe this year. It was from, like I said, I just caught my finger in that, and that's hot. Advice to be careful when using such tools because this thing can get over 400 degrees of heat and it can burn your skin. It's that hot. I always say if you're going to use it for your laying cork down, I would recommend when you lay it, use like a bigger, like a car you're not really keen on keeping or you want to, you know, quite to throw it away. Use it for laying your cork down after you put the glue gun in. And if you're underage, then definitely recommend either your parent or older brother or older sister to help you out with something like this. Because obviously I do have things that I could roll on top of it to prevent my hands to be in front of it. But I have my top car here which does get used. Of course this side is being laid quite easily. And this toy car is actually a Mustang convertible. It is one of my favourite cars actually, the Mustangs. This Mustang I actually bought some years back, and I can't remember where I got it from, but it was one of my favourite toy cars I got. It's rather colourful. I did not paint this. I bought it. It was like 40 quid or something. But I do have a purpose for it and I have plans for using it. So if you see any bumps in the cork, then you can just glue it into place if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. It is entirely up to you, of course. just going to grab this corner and then roll it over on the section of the track by the cork. I'm trying to just, the idea of laying it like this means that your glue gun should take effect in this area. So what do I do next once it's laid? The cork. Well, once the cork is laid, then you can just let it dry off the glue. You don't have to do much at all. You just have to let this thing dry and let it basically settle with the cork there ready waiting to dry off. And now we can get onto the next bit of the track and go over here. Now, on this side of the platform, which you guys can't see yet, I haven't been you guys over to this side of the platform yet. This side of the platform where now, I know for this honest truth, this layout is my dream layout, and I want to be honest with this because I've been waiting months or years to really plan this out, and I finally got my mind to burn to get it going, but I don't want to make any mistakes too much because if I make massive amount of mistakes, I've got to redo the damn thing again, and that means I have to order some more cork, which I don't want to do. So I've got to do this wisely and basically work my way through it bit by bit and work my way around the idea of how I'm going to build a cork into the sidings, the main section of the track, and of course I've got to do all the curb bits, and I've got to do all the insides of where the parking lot's going to be, where the tunnel's going to go, and there's going to be where the train is going to park up. And of course, after all that's done, I've got so many other bits still need to be added. So at the moment, I'm working my way through getting this part done, and then I'm going to bring you guys over to showing you what I've been doing while you guys are up there. I'm going to bring you down. So I'm going to do that actually now. I'm going to unplug the transformer for the trains. So we'll do the glue gun over the left now. Stay for over there and then me being right in front of it. Right, let me try to wiggle over here to grab you. Yep, got a Tesco van. Let me just grab you guys from the tripod. I'll show you what I've been doing. And before I do that, I need to decide how many tracks I need to lay point systems and then lay the tracks in front of it. We have got the little crossing as well to tend to, which needs piled on here somewhere. Where did I put the level crossing actually? I think it's down here somewhere. I'm pretty sure this is the first way I put him down here. Level crossing's not there. I'm pretty sure I put the level crossing back in here. I must have done. I'm trying to think. I'll have to have another look. Yeah, trying to stick around this. So, got to bring that over here. That goes over there. And I'll bring the car out of the way for now. yeah, so the level crossing is going to be somewhere over this end, just the other side of the platform edge. I think that's where the level crossing is going to be. So yeah, I'm going to squeeze it down here, and we're going to do about maybe an hour video. I don't want to keep coming back to it. We'll go to a 7:30 or something like that. Right. That pour is still being poured on. I'm not too sure why. It's not the best point, this one. Doesn't really put in properly. It's clearly some issues going on with it. So the springs or... Anyway, that's probably not the best one to use. So basically I've got to put these two in front of the camera, and where the point's going to go is going to go from line 1 to 2, and definitely on line 2 is going to be some points, because that's where all the trains are going to go into their sidings. And for some people might say there's definitely going to be some semaphores for my dream layout, which is going to be cool. So yeah, this is going to be loads of old-fashioned semaphores on the layout. And yes, it means it will be digital on one line and log on the other. And it will be a complicated system, but I think for the long distance setup with the railway should be good, because it means you've got a bit of a space between them and they can just go into a gap, which means the railway should be very efficient with the trains when they pass each other. So yeah, this might be my last video until... I'm not entirely sure it will be on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I know I do take... there definitely won't be any videos on this Saturday. There will be on next Saturday, the week after next weekend. By that point it will be beginning of April, so yeah. So point 1 the side, and then point 2 could be a very good one actually for... Have we got any trees going? Trees. I'm not sure how I'm going to approach with the trees, but my plan is to stick in around a bit of fencing alongside the railway line, just a small section of it, so that way they can have a little bit of a gap. Where's the tunnel going to be? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where the tunnel's going to go, to be honest. I mean, that might go on this side somewhere, and around this side of the platform it will be, I don't know. I mean, yeah, as you might notice, I'm kind of not really with it today, so I'm really just being a bit lousy. And I could read this till I feel better, but I want to show you some stuff I really want to work on, and some people might prefer to see me change some perspective angles from this. As you can see down this side, I've already done about half of the length of that, and on this side it's just started to lay. So yeah, I got a branch off point down here going off to the right, which means when we got this 43 sets coming in, you're going to join on round here, right round to this one. That's where the intercity is going to be. That's where the GNR is going to be. Well, from another point. And then the next line down will be for GW Castle set, Cardiff Castle, with Necton Castle on the back. And then the next side down should be for the first Great Western or East Coast set. And this line here, this one's going to be, I'm in two minds, it'll be digital analog, this line. But for this one, it definitely will be aimed towards digital, I think, once we get to that point. Two lines are going to be analog to start with, just to make sure everything's going to work well, working efficiently. And then we'll work on our digital system once we get to that point. I've seen the controller I want, but for the digital setup for line 2, and for some people saying, you know, that calculator system controller looks like a bit like a transformer. I would say yes, it's got its weird looks about it, but apparently it's supposed to be really good. But we'll see. The reason I say that, because you just don't know how often this is going to work. Hear that now? Yeah, as I said, the 43s are the ones that are going to be dedicated to this layout. Also, leave on a good note tonight is GWR Castle set, or the HSTs. One round up to from Exeter down to Penzance this evening. I did not know that, but apparently someone caught it on camera earlier today. It was passing by the Class 800. The new HST type trains, although I don't think the HSTs the 800s are ever going to look like the HSTs, ever. I don't think they're ever going to replace how iconic the 43s really are compared to someone like the other sets that are out there. I mean, you know, I remember when last year when they retired the cross-country sets of the 43s, and how many people came out for seeing them. And it's nice that Cross Country did put themselves out there for doing some railway history on the trains, and you know, it brought loads of people out on the last day of retirement of those sets. And it's kind of astounding they retired them so early. And apparently they were operated from 1982 until 2023, and they probably should have put in, you know, kept in service till like 2045 or something, because it meant they had a more battle between those trains and the some of the famous steam trains like the Flying Scotsman, Mallard, City of Truro sets, because those particular sets are popular by many people living in Britain, as much as the 43s are, popular by many. For the older generation, steam trains were the big thing. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing that they retire. So it's only a certain amount of years old. If they're 150 years old, that's more fairly understandable, but HSTs are not 100 years old. I think they're about 60, maybe 70 years old, depending on the unit. What was my best moment with the 43s? My best memory moments of the 43s would be when I was going down the Dodge one day, and that must have been the first time I went down there and saw GWR castles they're going through. And I saw a few hours later a cross country 43 come through, and I really got attached to Dawlish in that day, and I just felt like it was meant to be there. But and I didn't know at the time, when I was there visiting the place the first time and did some filming there, of course, last year. I saw a cross country HST. I didn't know they were still running, to be honest. If I didn't see the first cross country HST in 2022, I would have never thought they were still running, to be honest. I mean, I thought those sets retired a long time back, but apparently they were trying to retire them last year. But little did I know about that. But yeah, they're supposed to be retired in October last year, not September. So I wondered why they retired them a month early, which is a bit odd. So yeah, yeah, it's crazy to think how much things have changed in the last few years, and it really is quite remarkable. I'm going to bring the cork in. Well, I'll bring the signs in a bit closer that time. So yeah, I have got next bit of cork done. Yay, we got another bit done. Now we just got about there all the way around to here, and then all the way around the back there and down, and then we just got the town to do. Once the track is laid, we can get the town sorted out, and we can also sort the sheds out, the sidings for the trains to go in. We're getting there. We are getting there. Very tired. Really am. My brain is just like doesn't know what to do with itself. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I want to run some 43s on my dream layout, and I'm looking forward to when I get to that point. Being that my dream layout is going to be dedicated to those sets, so anyone's looking forward to see the In-City running again, and GW Castle and Junior, and some First Great Westerns 43, as well as East Coast, Cross Country, Virgin, and Yarn, Network Vale, and Intercity Swan, of course, as well as the Midland Pullman 43. And of course there was one other one, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I think it was First Great Rail, I think it was. And I think First Great Rail was operated with Cross Country or on the other sets at one time, but I don't know, really entirely sure what they did with them. But yeah, First Great Rail used to be part of the operator with Great Western Services at one time, gone far enough back. But yeah, it's times have changed, and they've changed quite considerably, really, in the last several years. I mean, cross countries are now only operating the Voyagers, but at the same time, the one good thing, I guess, is that, you know, we don't get many 43s going through Devon anymore. Is mainly the only one we're going to stay in operated it is Coast Rail and the Midland Pullman set. That's the only ones we're going to see from this year. Those are the two sets you'll see going through Devon mostly. Of course, you'll get the odd castle coming through from going from Exeter down to Penzance at certain times of the day. They do run at certain times of the day, but they don't run as heftily like the Voyagers and the 800s. They're not going to be like that, but yeah, you still see them run through Exeter from time to time, but they don't go any further in Exeter. I think the only reason they can go far as Exeter is because they do have a siding. They get up to the siding up at Exeter sidings, and they do run the sets over there sometimes from when they usually run the day when they run at a 43 from Exeter down to Penzance. So I'm going to end it here, guys. I mean, it's not been a big long video, but I'm going to just quickly, I'm testing the train. This is my test train. So I'm just going to bring her forward with you. Here she is. Just let me connect that. The glue gun is still on, I'm going to attach a tree to the side of the video shortly. So I end this video off. Let's get those two tracks put together. As you can see, the track isn't operating. The red lights on the Pendolino are very weak in comparison like the 43's lights. They're really bright. The Pendolino's not too bright and they're not too dim either, but the turrets are quite faint, as you can see. Not bad though. I mean, the track is running rather well, and that's a good sign. We have got a starting process with the layout, which is good, but still got a long way to go, which is the downside. But yeah, I'm getting there gradually, and hopefully by a couple of weeks I should have all of this set up. All of this will be set up and running all the way around the board again. I'm hoping that will happen in the next couple of weeks. So for the next couple of weeks, from this upcoming week to the following week, there will be loads of work being done. I'm still working on bits which need to be done, but I can't do anything else for the time being because I'm doing bit by bit every day just to stretch it out for a little bit. But in reality, it's not bad. And yeah, I haven't decided where the level crossing is going to go. I'm thinking of maybe putting it in this corner over here, or maybe down just before the platform entrance, and work with that really. That's my idea. And I might need to branch off point for where the Class 66 is going to go with her train. That's my next thing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know how long I've been running. 59 minutes apparently. So we've done a reasonably lengthy video. So yeah, that is it, guys. I'm hoping you guys to enjoy this video, even though there's a bit of no running again, but I did show you at least a train moving on the track, which means that I'm going to get the turret bit by bit, which is a good sign. So my one tree I'm going to put in before I end this video off. Just put it over here somewhere. There we go. And there's the one tree. Just to starting off the scenery. That's not too bad, is it? I mean, yeah, it could look better. But slow progress is the best way to go. And once we get to the progress or we are ready to move on to the next step, then we will. And I think the next step is going to be more challenging, I think, because I'm going to be using some metal fencing along the stretch here. Or at least try to, because I want to put a little path in beside the railway here to put a little lengthy stretch bit of track to have a bit of fence along the side of it and basically put that there like that. That's my plan. Just have a little bit of fencing along that side. The tunnel will be in the tunnel will be in, I don't know, I think I might put the tunnel just outside of the point work, so that way it doesn't interfere with the trains. But hopefully I will decide where the tunnel's going to go, or use it at all. I'm not sure. I want to use the tunnel on it, which is over there next to Charlotte, aka my companion doll. There's plenty still to go. I mean, I've got loads of cork still spare, so that way I can get the whole corners done, and I can get around both ends, I think. I might just to have about enough to actually have, to get the town started as well. Fingers crossed. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications for more daily content. Until next time, have a great day and have a great evening, and peace out, and I'll catch you all guys on Wednesday for another video.